something to like go knocking on doors and get taken seriously. There's so much grift and scams out there. It truly kind of takes having someone on the inside to be like, hey, I know something cool. These guys are genuine. You should take a look at this as well, and kind of foster that relationship. And thankfully, we already have an extremely networked community and team of contributors that have been doing exactly that. But again, yeah, no worries. I have always welcome opportunity for the next one. So I'm definitely interested in talking to your right stream guys for sure.
For sure. I mean, for now, okay. So far we've covered pretty much the whole concept of this. And what's interesting, and you were kind of heading in that direction, is it's almost like what I'm doing, but you're doing it kind of differently. You know what I mean? It's like everything in one location, all the alpha, and then you're doing, all the dApps and all the websites and everything you need for Solana on one, platform, which I think is awesome. I actually want to, I have so much information on this Discord. I actually want to convert it into a website. I think that would be really cool. And then maybe somehow have chat integrated into the website, because, having accessibility like this, and then, having it on a browser, very cool concept. The way that why, I guess Solana, probably just because it's just popping right now, I guess, right?
Yeah,
instead of BNB, or why not why not anything else?
There's a lot of cool stuff being built on Solana right now. You know what I mean? It's like the timing was perfect. Like there's all this, like the soul mails and the soul chats and the soul cards and the soul GPTs, and there just really wasn't any kind of like, I'm not sure that this exists anywhere in this space, but it definitely didn't exist in Solana. Now, that being said, we do want to kind of perfect this vision and this recipe that we're doing, specifically for Solana. And our token will always be a Solana token, but there's really no reason and nothing stopping us from recreating this vision and idea on other chains as well, and having a utility hub for BSC and all the ETH layer 2s and AVAX and any other EVM chain that has dApps running on it.
100%. I was already thinking that. So
yeah, that's kind of where we're looking for the future. But before we do that, we want to have that like secret recipe nailed down, so that we could just quickly just boom, 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 be popping out and not needing to kind of be tweaking things. For example, there's a lot of basic UI improvements that we need to do. So currently, like, this is our live site, and on our live site, you can't move apps around. They're just there. But on our beta, you can move apps around and you can organize them.
Cool.
And so
what do you
this
think
is the
about,
kind of stuff.
What do you think about having that accessibility for users, and then having it be able to save however they want it for regular websites?
Exactly. So this is what I'm talking about. So we need to do these kinds of things, like have the apps be moved around and give you the ability for local customization, so that when you go to PengyOS, it either uses like your local cache, or you can log in and now it's your personalized desktop that has exactly the dApps that you want and you care about. And it's tailored to you specifically. But beyond that, another little UI improvement that we're working on is, when you first go to the site, it has this landing page that says start. If you can vision this, we're working on something to where when you get here, it's going to have 3 different options, and it'll say, trading, education, or entertainment. And depending on which one you click on, it's going to load up a desktop here that has, dApps specifically tailored to those 3 different categories. And the idea is that'll give us room to be able to continue to expand our desktop without it being just completely loaded and bloated with icons everywhere, like my personal one, which is a mess right now. But beyond that, that'll also help people kind of stay focused on the task at hand. if you're trading and you have your trading stuff around and that's really all that's in front of you, it'll be a little easier to stay focused on trading and not be tempted to click a game or, you know what I mean, kind of go off into a different rabbit hole.
Cool, man. I do want to touch on a couple things, but I think this one next will fit in right here. So where does a game center fit in?
So the game center, let me see, where's that? Our Pengy game center. So right now it's just we have it on there mainly because like any game that's on here, we can actually directly integrate into our platform. So
what are these games? Are they? Do you have like? Are these your games, or you guys had someone build them, or is this another company or another project that you're working with? Or
these are all like
free games,
open source. Yeah, exactly. It's a compository of like free open source, games that people have made and put on the internet, made available to play.
Cool. Yeah, I played a bunch of them. I suck at all.
Yeah, me too, man. I used to be a huge gamer, but I had my first kid when I was 19, and it's just been like business ever since.
Yeah,
and I've definitely lost my twitchy reflexes. So,
bro, you got all these old school games consoles on here?
Yeah, and it's all this doesn't redirect like the game center. This actually is directly built into Pengy, but yeah, it has
what
Game
games
Boy.
Do you have on there? Do you have any? You got a bunch for each one, huh?
Yeah, each different system has
Do you have
its
Zelda?
own whole I bet you it does, man. Let me figure out. Hang on.
This looks categories.
Like so Zelda,
I think it was on Nintendo, yeah.
Yeah.
Nintendo, and it was the old school Zelda. I fucking love that game, bro. I would love to play that again. See, that's really cool. This is very nostalgic. It doesn't look like it has it.
It doesn't look like it has it on the Super NES, but there's other Nintendos.
Yeah, it's the original entertainment system, maybe. But it's really cool to see this, and this is something definitely nobody's doing. You don't run into any issues with copyright or with, obviously Atari, Nintendo. I mean, you guys are giving these games out to play for free. So this again, this is this WebCade platform that we've integrated into our platform. So if anybody's going to get a letter from Nintendo, it's WebCade, not us. Nice.
And there's at that point we already have like 4 to 5 different retro game emulators that we've tested and worked, but this is just the one that we liked the best and decided to go with. So if we need to swap it out, it's no problem, but we're not the ones that are going to receive any kind of litigious letter from Nintendo, that's for sure.
Are you guys in touch, or have you started to try to become in touch with the Solana team at all and let them know what you're up to?
So I mean, there's been some like raids on Twitter where people are like tagging Tolly and stuff like that. But as a team, we do want to have our project a little bit further along with like mainly some of the UI tweaks that we were talking about. Yeah. The customization and like the 3 different portals and that way when we shoot our shot, we're kind of look like we have, our hair slicked back and a nice suit on essentially and not just be, some kind of chuds. You know what I mean? Totally. So we absolutely have intentions, but for my mom always told me that, first impressions are super important. And I hate the fact that she was right about it because it's true.
100%. No, that's true. And you want to make sure you have a complete nice project. I mean, if it takes time, it takes time. I've been trying to decide and figure out how long is Solana going to be? Is it just a fad? Is it going to be long term? We don't. Solana, if they can fix the issues that they have, then it would be great if they can. Hold on, let me mute this. I keep trying to give him a chance to mute himself, but all right. So I mean, if Solana can fix the issues that they have, then I think that this could be around for a long time. It could be a cornerstone in the crypto space. I am. Are you familiar with SBF and Alameda and
Yes,
Solana and all
very
that?
well.
Does that concern you at all?
I mean, it's definitely not something you could ignore, but I've seen just the fact that Solana like itself came back from what was it like $5, and there was basically no regular users left on the network, but people stuck around and like the builders kept building. And here's the main benefit that Solana offers over like Ethereum, for example, is it's simply the fact that it uses traditional coding languages to build applications on it, like the main language being Rust. Whereas, Ethereum, you have to learn a brand new language, Solidity from scratch. So even if you're a full stack Web 2 developer, if you're coming and trying to build an application on Ethereum, you have a new coding language to learn and master. Whereas if you're coming to Solana, there's no new coding language you need to learn. Like if you're a full stack dev, you can get right to work and start building. So that's the biggest benefit that it has. Personally, myself, like I'm a big ETH maxi, and if we're gonna talk about like TPS and like the chain wars in that sense, I think that like ETH and its basket of layer twos will probably be the future. But at the same time, no one chain or network of chains is ever going to handle all the volume and is going to be the only one. It's just we're well past that, and there's different chains built for different purposes. And for me, the fact that Solana survived the FTX collapse, came back from $5, people kept building on it, and then in the earliest stages of the bull run, there was a huge thriving ecosystem that had like the top volume of any chain, basically until it hit congestion. I do think that Solana has a future in the space. There's some short-term little, patches and fixes that they're doing that's going to help in like the short term to alleviate some of this congestion. But in all reality, like the next big upgrade that's going to like really make a difference is probably coming around November with the Fire Dancer upgrade. And that should, increase the TPS capabilities of Solana by a significant amount.
I wonder if SBF and Alameda say they dump all their tokens. I think they hold close to probably 30% of the supply, maybe more even.
You saw that there was a sale that happened recently with
Solana. Was it like 2.13 million sold or something like that? Or
it was millions of tokens, and they sold them at over a 60% discount from market rate. There was something like $70 a token, but it did have a lockup on it. I think the soonest that they can start like moving or selling those tokens is 4 years. So in all reality, this whole next bull run, like none of those tokens are moving. And it's essentially it's like a
why would they do that? Do you know why they would do that? Sorry to interrupt, but
who would do what?
Why would they sell it at such a discount, like, and do all that, lock it up? Why wouldn't they just?
It's all dirty, bro. If you research it, the law firm that's running the bankruptcy estate for FTX, it is hired by whatever platform it was that was basically made the largest purchase of that. So essentially what I'm alluding to is that the law firm that is liquidating the FTX estate also has this large VC as a client, and it appears that they kind of just set up like a dirty backroom deal to give them, that huge discount on it with the terms that they have to lock it up for 4 years.
Oh, also the fact that they're in Bankruptcy. So there must be something going on. Yeah, that's interesting. There's a lot of weird shit going on with that, but it'll all unfold.
Yeah.
I agree. You said something that really hit, was that no one ecosystem is going to just maintain all liquidity, all activity, everything. So obviously Solana, it's here. I think it's here to stay. Even if they did sell off all their tokens, it would be a great opportunity to buy at a better price. And then I think that it would just continue to grow. Even if it went to fucking $1, you know what I mean? I think I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
see how this entire
And the thing
ecosystem could crumble.
is they're not going to open market sell like those tokens. It's gonna happen through more deals like what we just saw. And with how those deals are set up, it's going to miss this entire bull, and it's going to be going into the following bull run, right? So this is just how these big, VCs move, right? They manipulate the markets when it's down. They do the big media campaigns at the bottom and scare people out of their positions. That creates the liquidity for them to put money into the market without, sending it spiraling up. And then they do the opposite when it's in the bull run, when everybody's doing completely crazy stuff and, remortgaging their houses and putting their retirement into the market. Those VCs have been selling into that the entire time, and they're running the media campaigns, teaching people how to buy Bitcoin on Coinbase and then how to buy XRP. And you know what I mean? When I see all that, and when I'm starting to get the calls from my third cousin that I haven't seen since my wedding 10 years ago, asking me how to get into crypto and stuff, it's time to seriously start taking profit.
Absolutely.
And that's,
we're heading.
It just comes down to the big guys just trade human psychology is really what it does. They do the opposite of what the average person does.
Of course. They know how the game is played, and I'm starting to catch wind on how it's played too, and hopefully we can guide others along the way. I'm curious on
sure.
What do you got for listings? Anything coming up?
For our coin getting listed on exchanges and stuff.
Yeah, what are you guys targeting for market caps to start making something like that happen? I assume you guys have a marketing bag, a listings bag, stuff like that. Do you have milestones that you're looking to say, hey, 5 million, we might list on something cheap, or 10 million? I don't know. What do you have any goals or stuff like that for listings, centralized exchange listings?
Yeah, I would say if we can hold a stable 5 million market cap, so it might be after this next pump and consolidation holds at 5 million, that'd be an appropriate time to start looking into a paid listing. Excuse me. We were approached by this new platform that I personally haven't heard of and I'm researching right now, so I don't even know if you want me to talk about it, but it's a newer centralized exchange. I'm just not even going to name it because I'm still researching it, but they offered us a completely free listing just last night. So we're looking into it and seeing if it's something that we actually want to do and makes sense and is a safe platform, to expose our community to, essentially.
You want to send me a DM? I'm down to check it out as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll send it right now, in fact. But yeah, we've communicated with all the lower tier exchanges, and we have pricing from all of them. There's a couple that we're looking into in particular more than others. I could tell you Asbit is one that has a really good package that they're offering for us. A good fee to list. They're going to help us out with the market making, and there was also a promotional pack included with it as well. Whereas some of these other ones you can really get screwed. If you try listing on Mexi, it's 50 grand, and that just gets you into this voting pool, and people that hold their Mexi token have to vote on your coin to actually get listed. And if you don't get enough votes, you can just sit there in perpetuity while they hold on.
When did that change? Because I know that they do have the $60,000 option where you put 30,000 USDT and then you put 30,000 of your token, and you'll be able to list that way as well. If you want, I can
I
send
was
you
dealing
a
with
guy.
Linda at Mexi. I have the pricing here somewhere.